July 26, 2021, 8:55 p.m. Cheers erupted on social media for the first Filipino gold medalist in the Olympics, Hidilyn Diaz, after tallying a total of 224 kilograms, of which 97 are for snatch, and an Olympic record of 127 kilos for the clean and jerk, beating China's Liao Qiuyun by a kilogram in the women's 55-kilogram weightlifting category. The entire country took to social media congratulating her for her win. From your regular Juan de la Cruz, to your favorite celebrities, to politicians and public figures. Everyone was screaming her name, which she rightfully deserves. But one person we don't deserve as a nation is Hidilyn herself. And why in the middle of this historic feat, we all still owe her an apology. August 7, 2016, Hidilyn Diaz made history for the Philippines, ending the country's 20-year Olympic medal drought by securing a silver medal in the women's 53-kilogram weightlifting division of the Rio de Janeiro Summer Olympics. In spite of her success and obvious potential for gold, not much support and fanfare was given to her, especially on the financial side of things. In her bid to prepare herself for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, Hidilyn posted on her Instagram stories in June of 2019 that as much as it pained her to do so, she is finally asking for financial help, saying, "Is it okay to ask sponsorship from private companies towards Tokyo 2020? I'm struggling. I need financial support." Her plea made some headlines, and the reactions were a mixed bag. The majority backed her up, but there were some who reacted negatively, accusing her of being entitled and that her post was an appeal to pity. Some were telling her to use the prize money she received from her previous competitions for her funding. There were those who advised her to sell her gold medal for money. There were even a few sickening ones who wished for her misfortune, hoping she'd snap a few bones and ligaments the next time that she competes. And the thing is, that's not even the saddest part. Just because the sport of weightlifting isn't as popular and as marketable as some of the other sports like, say, basketball, it doesn't get the same amount of appreciation, love, hype, and sadly, funding. This has got to be one of the reasons why some of our other elite athletes take their talents elsewhere, just because there are other countries out there that are willing to invest money on them and give them the support that they deserve. We have the likes of Super Grandmaster Wesley So, who secured a US citizenship and opted to play for Team USA, and ex-Asian sprint queen Lydia De Vega, who after helping the country win the overall in the Southeast Asian Games in 2005, was booted out, forcing her to seek her fortune elsewhere where her services and talents are appreciated. These are just two examples of a long list of athletes whose services are now being enjoyed by other nations. But can we blame them? I don't think so. The same way that we can't blame our nurses and other professionals for leaving the country in search for greener pastures overseas. That's why we're lucky that Hidilyn stuck with us and the country when she could have easily done the same as the aforementioned. In the end, Hidilyn's request for funding was answered by a private company that pledged 2 million pesos to help her gold medal bid in the Olympics. This may seem like a lot, but coming from someone who loves the sport of bodybuilding and weightlifting, those are still, sadly, not enough, given how expensive training gear, supplements, nutrition, and conditioning can be, especially when you want to compete at a high level. Don't get me wrong, this win by Hidilyn is a cause for celebration, but before we celebrate with her, we, as a nation, should first apologize, not just to her, but to all the other athletes who never get the love, respect, appreciation, and funding that they deserve. If we're absent during their struggle, what gives us the right to be present during their success?